So listen, in the last 7 months, I made over 25k with this one skill that is crucial for every online business, and that's copywriting. And this is going to be the only copywriting tutorial video you'll need to watch all year. This is not going to be one of those videos where they yap about mindset and draw some diagrams on a whiteboard and keep you watching for 8 hours. This is going to be completely tactical and no BS practical stuff. It's going to be a compilation of all my videos around copywriting foundations, how to use these foundations to write any form of copy, be it YouTube scripts, emails, sales pages, how to find clients, how to do outreach. So in the next 50 minutes, you'll have everything you need to get good at copywriting, get clients, and start making 1k to 3k per month, even if you are just getting started and you don't have any prior experience. You won't need to watch any other 8-hour copywriting course or anything after this. So just shut out all the distractions and pay complete attention for the next 50 minutes, take action, and it might just change your life. The number one thing many beginner copywriters struggle with is they don't know how to study copy. Like, they have heard this advice that you need to study copy to get good at copy. But how do you actually study copy, especially sales copy? Like, what patterns do you look for and how do you know that this copy is persuasive? And I used to struggle with the same thing until I understood two simple concepts. Like, these concepts will show you the whole matrix of copywriting. Like, why do you use certain words? What gets people to buy? And what makes good copy and all that stuff. So you won't need to rely on templates and hacks once you understand this concept. When I understood concept number one, and even when I share this concept with my coaching students or any of my friends, they have this huge brain blast moment. Like, finally the words on the sales pages start to make sense. And just by understanding this one concept, you could study sales pages and see why the copy is written in a certain way. This concept is from Take Their Money by Kyle Milligan, and if you're on my email list, maybe you have already heard about it 100 times, but let me drill this in your head for the final time with examples and breakdowns, because this concept is actually that important. So it's NESB: new, easy, safe, and big. So starting with perhaps the most important piece of the puzzle, that's new. The thing is, as humans, we are naturally drawn towards new things. We don't want something better, we want something that is new. New trends, new business models, new skills, all that. Like, basically, we have a shiny object syndrome. The reason this works is because when something is new, we naturally assume that it is less saturated, so more chance for us to succeed, and this gives us hope that maybe this is the thing that will finally work. That's why people keep jumping from business model to business model, thinking that this new business model will finally be the one that will make them rich, or this new workout routine will finally get them jacked, or anything like that. And you don't have to directly use the word new in your copy to indicate that it is new. Like, look at how Dan Co does it. He says that 4-year business degrees are out, so this old thing, it is out, it's dead, and so there's something new that's replacing it. Or this headline: are you still running webinars the old way? Learn how coaches and experts are leveraging the next generation of webinars. So this is a new opportunity for coaches and experts. Like, the new way to run webinars, the old way is gone. Or when something is a secret or less known, it indicates that it is new because not many people know about it, like the ultimate secret of top professional traders. And you will see this pattern everywhere, even on YouTube. And the reason why this is so important is because subconsciously we tend to put labels on things. Like, we like to categorize things and we think we have already figured it all out, but when something new comes along, we can't put a label on it, so we're forced to check it out. So that's why the emotion of new is so important in their copy. After new, we have easy. As humans, we naturally tend to be lazy, and we're always looking for a quick fix, a shortcut, or a hack to get the work done. Like, if you tell someone, oh, you need to write copy every day for the next 6 months and then you will start making money, that doesn't sound as exciting as saying just write 2 emails every day and you will make 10k per month in the next 90 days. And that's why you guys fall for all these business models that make it seem easy. Like, look at Iman's digital launchpad. The reason he uses these things like no prior experience required, without creating content, without startup capital, it's to make it seem easy. It seems like anybody can do it. So check out this YouTube title: any idiot can make 10k per month with SMMA doing this. It feels easy, right? Because any idiot can do it. Even this sales page, I will teach you step by step how to sell online, even if you're brand new to online sales. So again, this feels easy because it's step by step and you don't need any prior experience. So whenever you see terms like step by step, anybody can do it, plug and play formula, or something like get this result without doing this, like learn how to build a website without spending more than 2 hours, without any coding experience or without any expensive software, this is targeting the easy emotion. So new and easy, and after that we have safe, because we had to take risks and we want guarantees and everything. That's why people stay stuck in the 9 to 5, because at least it's safe, it's predictable, they're getting a fixed salary every month, there's no risk. And the simplest way to target this safe emotion in your copy is to showcase studies, testimonials, or offer refunds and guarantees. Like even on YouTube, you will see terms like guaranteed or science backed. The reason they're using this is to show that it is safe. And the other way to target this safe emotion is by showing patterns. Like, let's say there's some expert who has predicted that France will win the World Cup in 2018, and then he predicted that Argentina will win the World Cup in 2022, and he was right both times. So now he's predicting that Germany will win the next one. So you trust him. And in your copy, you could do something like, oh, this expert predicted in 2010 that dropshipping will be the next big thing. Then in 2016, he predicted SMMA will be the next big thing, and he was right both times. Now he's saying that this next business model will be the next big thing. So then you trust him and you invest in that business model. That's how you target the safe emotion, the predictable thing. And the last one after new, easy, safe is big. If someone says that, oh, last year I was making 10 million and this year I'm making 11, so even though his income grew by a million, you don't rate it as that big of a thing compared to someone who says how I went from 0 to 1 million, because now that's big, that's life changing, right? So you need to show the reader that the thing you're offering, it's not just a small step forward, it's a game changer, it's life changing. Like they're on the brink of something huge, something that will change their life. Like this one, learn how to take advantage of the biggest wealth transfer in history. So this is like a once in a lifetime opportunity, right? It's that big. And even on YouTube, you say change your life in 365 hours, make 6 years of progress in 6 months, how to sell better than 99% of people. All of these are big outcomes, and that's what gets people to watch. But one thing we need to make clear is that your job as a copywriter is not to lie and make up shit to include NESB in your copy and get people to buy. So whenever you're reading sales copy or even reading YouTube titles or thumbnails, try to spot where they're using NESB to get you to buy. But apart from NESB, there's another major concept that will completely change the way you look at copywriting. And we'll cover that in the next video, so stay tuned for that. So, have you ever watched an Iman Ghazi video and felt like you're almost being brainwashed by this guy? It's not because of his fancy edits or because of his cool setup, it's because of the words he uses in his video, and more specifically, it's because of a simple persuasion principle that makes you like him and pay attention to everything he says. So, the first thing he does is he's very good at justifying your failures. He always puts the blames on things like the education system or social media. Just like he did during his Time's Up event, he blamed social media for your failures.
Really think about the market forces at play. Think about the fact that your phone was produced by a company worth almost $3 trillion, and they've spent the last 16 years perfecting their product. Once you open your phone, you are faced with a sea of billions.
Something to work for. Their life would now have meaning. So what did Rockefeller do? He came up with a plan to infiltrate and take over control over the public education system.
Basically, what he's trying to say is that it's not your fault.
Frankly, it's not your fault.
He's taking the blame off your shoulder, and this makes you like him. And another thing he does very well is he encourages your dreams, because we all know Iman as this guy who went from a young broke 16-year-old to now he's like a multimillionaire. He has all these cool cars, he retired his mom, and it makes you feel that if he can do it, you can do it too. And even in his videos, when he's sharing testimonials and case studies, he will always show you that how people who are just like you, normal people like you, are making money with his program.
Had 16-year-olds getting to $2,000 a week just by applying what they learned from that free event. And what you're about to see are the results of other regular average people who are using the simple beginner-friendly business model that I'm about to show you. Like Joseph here, who wasn't making any money prior to September, and now in December is already at a 6-figure a year run rate with no prior experience.
So that's how he encourages your dreams. And the next thing Iman does is he confirms your suspicions. Suspicions like, oh, the ultra rich people, they know some secret that I don't.
Listen to me. The wealthiest people in the world don't work for their money because they've unlocked a glitch in the system that allows them to print money on demand.
And this is all based on the one sentence persuasion course that says people will do anything for those who encourage their dreams, justify their failures, allay their fears, confirm their suspicions, and help them throw rocks at their enemies. And that's all Iman does in his videos. If you watch his videos, 80 to 90% of the time, this is all he does. And even after all of this, even if you don't like Iman after watching his whole video, there's a special way Iman ends every video to make sure that you understand that he is on your side.
And as always, I'm watching from afar and I'm rooting for you.
So, the number one thing you need to get good at as a beginner copywriter are bullets. Because bullets are the easiest to practice and you can actually apply what you learn. If you get good at bullets, you get good at the fundamentals of good copy. So, let me show you how I approach bullets, some examples of good bullets so you can get good at copy, make money, retire your parents, win the election, go to the moon, all that stuff. And the goal of this video is not to give you templates and frameworks to copy and paste. The goal is to make you understand the patterns and what actually makes these bullets work so you can apply them in your own copy. Number one, we have the features plus benefits bullets. It's pretty self-explanatory. So you show a feature of your product and then you show the reader what's the benefit. For example, the AI outreach method to sign 3 to 5 high ticket clients on autopilot. So the AI outreach method, this is the feature, and signing 3 to 5 high ticket clients, that's the benefit. So you tell the feature and the benefit. Again, observe how NESB is used in this. The AI outreach method. So this is something new. To sign 3 to 5 high ticket clients, that's a big outcome. So new and big. The 7-step fat loss formula. So it's step by step, so it's easy to get shredded before summer. That's the big outcome. 51 plug and play editing assets. Plug and play, so it's easy and so you can get weeks of edits done in just 2 days. So that's the big outcome. So again, always you need to go back to the fundamentals whenever you're writing copy. The second type of bullet is the benefit plus objection bullet. Now, this is very similar to the first one. So you show the reader the benefit and you handle an objection. For example, how to lose 7 kgs in 2 months without spending hours in the gym and without quitting your favorite snacks. So how to lose 7 kgs in 2 months, that's the benefit, the outcome the reader will get. And without doing all this stuff, those are the objections they might have, right? So you're handling those objections in the bullets. Or how to go from 0 to 1000 subs in the next 17 days without spending hours creating content, without posting cringe TikToks. So feature plus benefit and benefit plus objection, these two are very easy to learn. They are very self-explanatory. But the next two bullets, these are the big boys. And these are what will really improve your copy skills and take you to the next level. So first we have curiosity bullets. Now the goal with curiosity bullets is to build intrigue, to almost create like a sense of FOMO in the reader, as if there's some secret the reader is missing out on. For example, the secret platform to find 100 plus dream clients that nobody is talking about, or the little known launch plan that can pull hundreds of sales within the first 10 days. So all of them make you question yourself, like what is this secret platform, or what is this single most important step? So this taps into the element of new and big from NESB. But if you want to take curiosity bullets and put them on steroids, then you get the Thingify bullets. So think of this like a combination of feature bullets and curiosity bullets. So you take a feature and give it some unique name to build curiosity. For example, the dark horse strategy to dominate a niche in less than 30 days. So the dark horse strategy, it makes you curious about the feature. It feels unique, like what is this thing, the dark horse strategy, or the ghost protocol method to never be ignored by your prospects ever again. So basically you take a feature and give it some unique name to tap into the element of new. So that's the basic sauce of bullets. And the way to get good at bullets is not by using templates, but by studying and writing bullets. You can go to Swiped and study the bullets on the sales pages, or you can find someone selling a course or coaching on YouTube or Insta. Study their bullets on their sales pages, and if they don't have bullets, see how you can apply what you have learned, watch some of their content and write bullets for their course based on their content. And remember to apply NESB and the value equation to your bullets. Do this consistently for a week and that's how you get good at bullets. So, writing good hooks is one of the most important skills you need to develop as a copywriter. Because the subject line of your email, or the first 3 seconds of a reel, the headline of a sales page, all of these are just hooks. And if your hook doesn't grab the reader's attention, and if it doesn't make them want to open your email or watch the rest of your reel, then it doesn't actually matter how good the rest of your content is. So the goal of your hook is to get the reader's attention. But how do you grab the reader's attention? You can do that either by making a shocking statement like Iman.
I'm just giving you a fair warning. You're probably not going to like this video.
Or you can ask an interesting question like this.
Have you ever struggled to complete a task that should have taken 90 minutes, yet after 8 hours of slaving away, you still haven't finished the thing?
Or you can share a relatable story like Ruri.
I found myself struggling to stick with the gym, eat healthy, or reduce my alcohol consumption.
Now, other type of hooks that work well are the famous person hook, like Iman Ghazi is lying to you, or Mr. Beast doesn't want you to know this, or this is Alex Hormoz's secret morning routine. There's also the easiest way hook. So, like, this is the easiest way to land 3 to 5 video editing clients in less than 30 days, or this is the easiest way to get good at sales for free. So here we're tapping into the E from NESB, the easy. There's also the secret hook, like no one talks about this simple method to gain 1k followers in 17 days, or the secret outreach method is so good it should be illegal. So similar to the curiosity bullets, you're making it seem like the reader is missing out on a secret, and to know the secret they have to read the rest of your email or watch the rest of your reel. Now you also have the pain point hook, where you directly target the reader's pain point. Like if you're struggling to land high ticket clients even after sending thousands of outreach, then watch this. Or if you're struggling to lose weight even after spending hours in the gym and trying every kind of diet, then watch this. So when you call out the viewer's pain point, it makes them think like, oh, this guy understands my problem, so they pay attention to you. Just like anything in copy, the best way to get good at hooks or anything is to study and practice them. So study the hooks of the top creators on YouTube and Insta. See how they grab your attention. See what kind of subject lines they use in their emails. Study their titles and their thumbnails, and how you can implement those patterns in your own copy. And that's how you get good at hooks. Short form scripts are in high demand. Every creator wants short form scripts, and they're super easy to write. Like you can make 1k per month with just short form scripts. So pay attention to this section. The basic structure of a short form script is like this: hook, body, CTA. Hooks we have already covered. The body is where you give value or tell a story, again like emails. And in the CTA, you tell them to take some action like comment this or subscribe or something like that. So let me show you some examples. In this script, you are killing your YouTube growth because of this stupid 3-second mistake. That's the hook, right? And then we have the body, where we tell them what this mistake is and how to fix it. And in the end, we have a CTA where we say comment hook and I will send you my hook swipe file. So it's that simple, it's nothing complicated. It is easier than even emails. Like check out this example. The hook is to stop listening to Alex Hormozi if you want to make money in 2024. This is a shocking hook, right? Because everyone thinks Alex Hormozi knows everything. So why is this guy telling me to stop listening to Alex Hormozi? Then in the body, we explain how Alex Hormozi says that you should start a business or build a personal brand if you want to make money. Then we say what the problems are with those two things and tell the viewer that instead you should become a remote setter. And in the end, we have a CTA to his guide about how to become a remote setter. So hook, body, CTA. Now the only thing you might be struggling with is that how do I write the body? How do I come up with ideas for the body? So there are 3 things you can do for that. Number 1, you can watch other reels and videos in that niche and take ideas from them. Number 2, go to ChatGPT and find the pain points, fears, and desires from those prompts in that niche and write scripts about them. Or number 3, you can go to the creator's YouTube channel if they have one. You can copy the transcript of one of their video, go to cloud and use this prompt. This will give you a summary of the script in list format, and then you can use ideas from this in the body. Like if you see this video from Iman, you can copy the transcript, go to cloud, get the summary. Then you will find all the stuff like the 7 traits of a good offer, types of offers. So you can use this in the body of your scripts. Or you can use this prompt again to elaborate more on the topic. So now you have all the info you need to write short form scripts. It is more about having a solid hook. So just focus on having a solid hook, and that's all there is to reels and short form scripts. So I've seen a lot of you guys just tend to overcomplicate research when it comes to copywriting. You guys think like, oh, I need to figure out exactly where my target customer lives. I need to figure out what did they have for dinner, who they're going out with, what do they wear, and all that shit. Like, chill, it's not that deep. And yes, you can do that, but if you're just a beginner and you haven't landed your first client yet, or you're just writing copy for outreach, you don't need to overcomplicate research so much. It's actually simple. So in this video, I'm going to show you the 2 methods that I use to do research, and it takes like just 1 or 2 hours. Even if it is your first time writing for this niche and you have never even heard about this niche. So method 1 is the more in-depth version, and This is the method I use to do market research when I write copy for my paid clients, and this is called the James Bond method. And why does it have that name? It's because number one, in this method, you think of yourself as a spy and you have entered this secret room, and your goal is to search this room and find as much information as you can about your enemy. And reason number two, it just sounds cool. So, I have a client in the remote sales space. He has a school community for appointment setters and remote closers. And when I started writing for him, I wasn't super familiar with the whole remote sales space. Like, I knew some things, but I didn't exactly know enough to write good copy for him. So, this is the method I use to do research for him. So step one is you watch 5 to 10 YouTube videos about the topic. This is gonna take like 1 or 2 hours. But just by doing this, you will know the basics and the terms that are used in the space. And another thing you need to do while you are watching these videos is to read comments. Like, comments are a literal gold mine for research. Like, you can find hundreds of comments like these. Like, these are the objections, the pain points, and the fears of the people who we are selling to. So just by going through the comments, you will have at least 70% of the info you need to write copy. And even with this, you can write good solid copy. But if you want to take it a step further, you can go to Reddit. Just go to Reddit and like search remote sales, and you'll find all this stuff. And this guy has like literally written his whole story with remote sales, like how he started and where he is now, tips and all that you need to know. So you can literally use this in your copy. And next, you can go to Twitter, and if you go to Twitter and search remote sales, you will find posts like this. Like, these are all the benefits of remote sales and why people should get into remote sales and all that. So these are all the stuff that you can use in your copy. And this whole process takes at max like 2 or 3 hours. So it's really that simple. You don't need to overcomplicate it. Like, it's easy, but most of you won't do it because you would rather be watching Attack on Titan for the 7th time. Like, come on, bro. We know Eren dies. So now that all the weebs have been pissed off, let's get to the second method. Let's say you are super busy and you can't give 2 to 3 hours for research, and you only have 1 hour a day, or you are doing outreach and you want to outreach to as many prospects as possible. So you want to get research done fast. And for this, you can just use method 2, which is the ChatGPT method. So here are 3 prompts that you can use that will get your research done in less than 10 minutes. So prompt number 1, like here, you can just insert your target audience and the niche. For example, if you're writing for a health coach who is selling a fitness program or supplement to 30-year-old dads who suffer from obesity, you can get all the stuff that they go through, like your clothes don't fit them, they can't play with their children and all that stuff. So you can use this in your copy. Second prompt, let's say you're a dating coach or a mindset coach who's selling to teens or young guys who don't have social skills. So you can just get all their pain points like this. Like, these guys can't make friends, they can't get laid, they have problems speaking in public and all that stuff. So you can use this in your copy. And the third prompt is, after you have got their pain points and the embarrassing situations they go through, what are the objections that someone will have before buying your product? Let's say you're selling a dropshipping course and you want the objections that a 20-year-old college dropout may have before buying your product. So these are the objections, right? Like, I don't have enough money, I don't have enough time, I don't know if this will work for me, all that stuff. So just in 10 minutes, just by using these 3 prompts, you can get all these pain points, objections and benefits that you can use in your copy. So stop overcomplicating research and just get to work, man. So in this video, I'm going to show you how I write an email from scratch, from ideation to the final draft, everything. So let's say I'm writing an email for this guy for outreach. So first thing I'll do is I'll watch some of his reels to get some ideas about what can I write. Like this reel where he's talking about the do's and don'ts of dropshipping. So then I'll open an empty Google Doc and first I'll just come up with the big idea, like what is the main idea of this email. So in this case, it is the do's and don'ts of dropshipping, or the old way of dropshipping versus the new way of dropshipping. So after that, I'll come up with 3 to 5 subject lines based on the big idea. Then I'll pick one of the subject lines. Let's say we go with this one. Then what I do is I just brain dump all the ideas I have in mind. Like, at this point, I don't care about grammar, I don't care about spelling, anything. I just write and let the ideas flow. So you don't want to write and edit at the same time. When you're writing, you just want to let go. And this is what my brain dump usually looks like. I know it doesn't make sense, but let me cook. So usually I'll do this for 3 to 4 emails at a time. I'll just come up with the big idea, the subject lines, and brain dump the body section for 3 to 4 emails. And this process takes around 30 to 40 minutes maybe. Then I'll just leave those brain dumps for a few hours or maybe a day, and then I'll come back and edit it. So I'll flesh it out, improve the formatting, fix the flow, and maybe add some examples and stories and all. And this is what the edited version looks like. I mean, it's not the best email in the world, but it's good enough for outreach. So I'll send around 3 to 4 of these per prospect, and it takes around an hour or 90 minutes in total for this whole process, from ideation to editing to sending the thing. So yeah, that's how I write emails for outreach. In this video, I'm going to break down 2 emails that I wrote recently for my clients. The 3 general rules I follow for writing emails is: number 1, the goal of your subject line is to get the click, to get the reader to open your email. And the goal of the first 1 or 2 lines of your email is to get the reader to read your whole email. And the goal of the body of your email is to get the click. So some context about this first email is: this client is in the remote sales space. He has a school community for remote closers and appointment setters. I'm currently working on a trial basis for him. He is not a retainer yet, and his email list is all over the place. Like, some of them are problem aware, some of them are solution aware, like some of them they are already in sales but they are not in his school community, and some of them are just looking to make money online but they don't know about sales. So it's a cold audience overall. We are not doing any hard selling in this email. We are just shifting their beliefs and getting them to his sales page and warming them up for when we run a sales email sequence in the near future. Okay, so in the subject line we are using famous names, and this is something I tend to do quite often, and it works, but you don't want to do it too frequently because then it loses the effect. But the main intriguing point of the subject line is that we are using 2 people from completely different fields, right? So this makes the reader curious and it makes them think, like, what do Messi and Taylor Swift have in common? Let me see. Now, in the first 2 lines, you need to do 2 things. Number 1, you need to validate the click. So think of it like this. Let's say you are on YouTube and you see a video with the title "How to Make 10K in 90 Days." And then you click the video and this dude just starts yapping about aliens and all some random shit. So you're just gonna click off, right? Because that's not what you clicked the video for. You want to find out how to make 10K. So similarly, if someone opens this email, they want to know what's common between Messi and Taylor Swift. So don't talk about random shit and get to the point. So that's what we're doing in the first 2 lines. And the next thing you need to do is answer what's in it for the reader. Why should the reader care about this email? What will they get? And especially for a cold audience like this that doesn't know you or trust you that much, this is very important. So in the first 2 lines, we are validating the click and we are answering what's in it for the reader by telling the reader that they will know what successful people have in common if they read this email. So after that, in the next few lines, we build intrigue about this common thing that most successful people have, and we reveal that it is specialization. And then we expand on what specialization is, and we give them examples like, imagine Messi had to do this or Taylor Swift had to do this, then they would probably end up failing, right? And we tie this concept of specialization back to online business. We explain how most guys on the internet tell you to start an SMMA or do drop shipping or something that requires multiple skills at once, and that's why you fail. And then we build curiosity about this one skill that they should specialize at if they want time and location freedom, because that's what they want, right? Then we add some client results, some social proof, and end with a CTA to his school VSL. So the main idea of the email is to shift the beliefs of the reader. We are throwing rocks at other business opportunities like SMMA and dropshipping, and we are saying that instead of doing all that, you just need to focus on one skill to make money, and we are building curiosity around this skill, and we are selling them the click and sending them to the school VSL. Now this next email, this is for more of a warm audience, and this client has a coaching program that helps people build their personal brand. So she has a good following on social media and the audience already knows her, they trust her. So subject line, this is crazy. And it makes you think, what is crazy? What is she talking about? Like, when you read this subject line, you don't think she's going to sell you a course or program. You think she's just going to tell you some story, right? So again, in the first few lines, we validate the click. If you have noticed, in this email, there's not a clear what's in it for me. And it works for her audience because it's mostly girls who already know and trust her. So directly jumping into the story. And as you can see here, instead of saying, so then she asked me, what do I do for a living? I am framing it more in a present tense, right? So it makes the reader visualize it better and it makes them feel like they were a part of the conversation. So then we say she did all this fun stuff, and just by doing this, she's making 15K a month, working 4 to 5 hours. And how? Because she has a personal brand. So we are starting with a quick story, and then we are tying it back to the benefits of building a personal brand, because that's what our coaching program is about, right? Then we give the reader more benefits of building a personal brand, how you can be your own boss, you can work anytime you want, you don't need a degree or you don't need so much cash, all that. So basically, we are selling them on the concept of building a personal brand. And then in the PS, we are saying, if you want me to help you grow your personal brand, then sign up for my coaching. I tend to use a lot of stories and analogies in my emails, especially if it's a less aware audience. So yeah, hope you found this useful. So in this video, I'm going to show you how I write a sales page from scratch, step by step, like from the ideation to writing the structure and what the final thing looks like. So this is the prospect we're going to be writing for. Basically, it's a school community where he shows people how to make money with AI, with faceless AI YouTube channels and all that stuff. So whenever you're writing a sales page or any copy for a prospect, first you want to go through some of their content, like spend an hour or two watching their content, study their existing copy to get an idea of their brand voice and the things they talk about. Because before writing a sales page, there are three things you need to get clear on. That's the promise, the problem, and the solution. So the promise is basically the dream outcome or the result that you're offering. The problem is the thing that is currently stopping the reader from achieving that dream outcome. And the solution is how your product solves the problem so they can achieve the dream outcome. So in this case, the promise could be something like how to get rich with AI. The problem is that there is a lack of proper information on the internet about how to get rich with AI. And the solution is to basically join his school community because he has all the tools and the resources and the strategies to get rich with AI. And based on these three things, we're going to write the whole sales page. So first, we need to decide the flow or the structure of the sales page. So a basic structure of a sales page would look something like this. First, we'll have the headline. So in the headline, we make our promise, and then we have the lead. In the lead, we expand on the headline, show credibility, give the reader a reason to keep reading, and we tease the new opportunity that you are offering, which in our case will be AI. After that, we'll have a section where we explain this opportunity. Then we'll have the problem section where we talk about the problem that's stopping the reader from taking advantage of this new opportunity. And after that, we'll introduce the solution. So that will be the basic structure: headline, lead, opportunity, problem, and solution. So first I go into brain dumping mode and think of some headlines that we can use. So it can be something like this: discover the fastest way to make 5k to 10k per month from anywhere in the world by leveraging the power of AI. Or here's how you can use AI to make 5k to 10k per month from anywhere in the world. Or how anybody can make 5k to 10k per month from anywhere in the world thanks to this once in a lifetime opportunity. And then we write the lead. So in the lead, you always want to start with the customer bubble by either targeting the dreams or pain points of the reader so that they have a reason to keep reading. So it could be things like, do you want to make 5k to 10k per month from your laptop from anywhere in the world? Maybe you have tried all these fancy business models like SMMA and you have failed, or you see all these teenagers traveling the world flexing their lifestyle. So these are their dreams and pain points of the readers, right? So that's what we're doing here. And at this point, I'm just brain dumping. I'll fix the grammar, spelling, and I'll flesh this out later. But right now, I just want to get the ideas out and let it flow. So after the customer bubble, you want to tease your new opportunity, that in just a moment, I'm going to show you this thing, this new opportunity that could help you achieve these dreams or desires or get you away from those pain points. And by taking advantage of this opportunity, I was able to achieve all these dream outcomes that the reader probably wants to achieve. So again, in the lead, you expand on the headline, you give the reader a reason to keep reading by talking about their dreams, their desires, their fears, and then you tease the new opportunity and show your credibility. After that, in the next section, we explain this new opportunity, which in our case is AI. So we compare the AI revolution to all these events like the industrial revolution, social media, the internet, to show that how big this opportunity is. And we can add a statistic from Forbes or some reliable source for credibility. I know the brain dump doesn't make sense at this point, but it's all gonna come together once I flesh it out. So after we explain the opportunity, we say that there is a problem that they need to be aware of first. Then we'll have the problem section where we basically tell the reader that thanks to the amount of misinformation on the internet, if you try to figure this all out on your own, you will probably spend months, and by the time you have figured it out, it will be too late. The market will be too saturated. So we're creating a sense of urgency here in the problem section and throwing rocks at the enemies. After that, we have a story section to build relatability. So the story section isn't something mandatory, like we don't have to include it. We could have directly transitioned to the solution at this point, but for this prospect he talks about his story on his school page, so it makes sense to add it here. So the point of the story is to handle objections and show the reader that it's possible to make money with AI and build relatability. So we say how he came from Russia to USA in 2022, how he tried SMMA dropshipping and other business models and failed, and then he finally saw some success with AI. But it wasn't easy and he had to figure it all out on his own. He had to spend months watching tutorials, reading blogs, and trying to make it work. But finally, when it worked, he was able to grow his YouTube, make money, and achieve all the dream state that the reader wants to achieve. And after the story section, we have the solution. So at this point, it's just a brain dump. We have a basic structure, we have the flow. So we start with the headline, then the lead, then in the body, first we introduce the opportunity, then we tell them what the problem is that's stopping them from taking advantage of the opportunity. We share the story and then we introduce the solution. So now I just leave it for a day or two. I let it sit and let the ideas form in my head, and then usually I will come back after a day or two and flesh this out. And this is what the fleshed out version looks like. So this is our headline: how anybody can make 5k to 10k per month by using the power of AI. So observe NESB in this. How anybody, so it's easy. 5k to 10k per month, it's the big outcome. Using the power of AI, this is our new opportunity. So we can probably use a fancy name here, something like my 5-step AI blueprint or the AI guy framework, something like that, something unique. And after that, we have this without a degree and all this stuff. So again, it's easy. So always remember NESB. So after that, we have our lead, where we target the customer bubble. We show the reader that we understand their fears, their pains, their dreams and desires, and then we tease our new opportunity and establish credibility. Then in the next section, we explain what this opportunity is and we show the reader why this is a big opportunity, why he needs to act now, and how people are already taking advantage of this opportunity. Next, we have the problem section where we explain the lack of reliable info on the internet when it comes to AI, and how the reader will probably have to spend months trying to figure it out if he tried doing this all on his own, and that he will probably be too late to this opportunity. After that, we have the story section. Now, not every sales page needs a story again, but using a story is just a very effective way to build relatability, handle objections, and encourage the reader's dreams and show them that you have already gone through the exact same things they are going through. So they are more likely to buy because people buy from people who they know, like, and trust. Then finally, after making the promise, after showing them the problem and telling them our story, then we introduce the solution so that they don't have to spend months trying to figure this all out on their own or spend thousands of dollars trying to make it work. So after this, you can have the offer stack, like module 1, module 2, all that stuff. You can add some bullets for every module. You can include testimonials, bonuses, FAQs. But the main source of the sales page was this: the headline, the lead, the promise, problem, and the solution. So in this video, I'm going to break down an entire sales page I wrote from scratch. And this sales page helped me land one of my current clients. Like, this client is in the TikTok shop niche, and he has a school community where he teaches people how to make money with TikTok shop. So I sent him the sales page, he liked it, and we converted it into a VSL, and now I get to write his emails. So we're going to do a complete breakdown of the sales page, the headline, the lead, everything, and some context about the audience before we get started. So some of the audience, they are problem aware, they just want to make money, and some of them are solution aware, they know about TikTok shop but they don't know about his course. So this sales page is more targeted towards a broad audience, a more problem aware audience. So starting with the headline. For writing a headline, I like to keep these 3 concepts in mind, that is the 4 U's, NESB, and Hormoz's value equation. So here, as you can see, we are using urgency, right? Like, the TikTok gold rush is making everyone and their grandma rich, don't be left behind. So that's creating a sense of FOMO. And the TikTok gold rush, so it's new, right? And it's making everyone rich, so it's big. Then we have the step-by-step blueprint anybody can use. So it's safe and easy because it's step-by-step and anybody can use it. And you can use this to achieve this much. So that's your dream outcome, and in 90 days or less, that's the time frame. And again, down here we're saying I have made this much from this in the last 30 days. So that's ultra specific and also credibility. So the 4 U's, NESB, and value equation, those are the 3 things I like to refer to when writing a headline. Now, after that, we have the lead. We're asking the audience, is this you? Can you relate to this? Like, these are their dreams, their pain points, and their objections, right? Like, they want to make 5K to 10K from their phone. They don't want to work 8 to 12 hours. They don't want to have to spend thousands of dollars upfront. So we're giving them a reason to keep reading, right? And then we're opening a loop and handling some of their objections. Like when you hear of TikTok shop, you might have these objections like, will I need to manage my own inventory, or do I need to spend thousands of dollars upfront, or like, do I have to learn any complex skills? So we're handling those objections, and then we're transitioning into the next section. The whole goal of the lead is to expand on the headline, build more curiosity, and give the reader a reason to keep reading. Then we get to the main body section, the biggest money making opportunity of this decade. So it's big, it's new, and even teenagers are making money with it, so it's easy. Then we use this analogy to explain how TikTok shop affiliate works in simple terms, right? Like, imagine you have a cool new gadget, you tell about it to your friends, and your friends decide to buy some of it, so the company gives you a commission. So we're explaining how it works in simpler terms. But now the reader might be thinking that, isn't this just affiliate marketing? What makes this different from regular affiliate marketing? Because you want your opportunity, your vehicle to be unique, you want it to be new. So then we have this section where we tell the reader what makes TikTok affiliate better than traditional affiliate marketing and what makes it special. With traditional affiliate marketing, you need a following, you need to spend months creating content, or you need to run ads. But with TikTok shop, the algorithm is literally pushing your videos. So it's better than traditional affiliate marketing. We're selling them on how big it is by using analogies like finding crypto in 2010 or dropshipping in 2014. And then we have this section where we enter the customer bubble again. Like, we handle their objections, because this is what they're thinking right now, right? Like, where do I find these products, and what type of content do I need to make, and how can I make consistent income from this? What if TikTok bans my account? And then we tell the reader that I get you because I was in the exact same position as you, and that's why, to save you from all the headache and from saving you from having to spend months trying to figure out everything on your own, I have built this program. And after that, we show them what's inside the program, the offer stack, bonuses, some testimonials, and all that. But this was the main part of the sales page, right? The headline, lead, and the main part of the body. So we hook the reader in with emotion, and then we overcome their objections with logic to break their chain of beliefs. We use NESB, we use the value equation to make the offer more juicy, and we enter the customer bubble to show them that we understand their pain points, their objections. So that was basically the breakdown of the sales page, and see you in the next one. In this video, we're going to break down Dakota Robertson's 6-figure sales page for full stack creator. Now, we're going to see what are the persuasion principles, what copywriting tactics he uses, and how he structures the headline, the lead, everything. And by the end of the video, you'll have a complete understanding of what makes a 6-figure sales page, even if you're new to copywriting. And in case you don't know who Dakota is, he is this super smart, super jacked dude who runs a 7-figure writing business, and he just happens to be one of my favorite writers, one of my biggest influences behind becoming a copywriter. Alright, so let's start with the headline. You can break down this headline into 3 parts basically. The first part is the eyebrow, where he calls out his target audience. The next part is the main headline, where there's this new system to get this dream outcome that his audience wants. That's to attract more clients and charge premium rates. So here he's targeting the emotion of new and big. And the third part of this headline is targeting the emotion of easy and handling objections. Like, you'll get this dream outcomes without burnout, without spamming DMs, without all this stuff. So you can basically classify this as a benefit plus objection handling bullet. So you have this mechanism to get this dream outcome without all these objections. After that, this line is targeting the emotion of safe and building credibility. It is the same system used by all these guys like Alex Hormozi, Dan Co. So you know that it works. Then we have some more social proof, testimonials, and some classic Dakota humor. Like, I don't know why more creators don't do this. They shy away from using humor. Like, it just makes you more likable, and you just come off as a genuine person instead of just another guy trying to sell you their product. So I think more creators should start using some humor in their stuff. Then we have this brief story section where Dakota says that he went from this bad state to this good state. He dropped out of college, quit his job, and went all in on social media. So, this is the stage some readers might be at right now. Like maybe they are in college, or they are working a job that they hate, or they just have zero followers and want to grow on social media. So, this section he is building relatability with the reader. And then there's this good state where he is currently at. Like he has 260 plus followers, 66k on LinkedIn, 18k on YouTube, and he has built a 7-figure business. He's traveling the world because this is the dream state that his audience wants. So he's not starting the lead with, oh, I'm going to show you this, how to grow on social media and all that stuff. Instead, he's building relatability with the reader, and he's painting the state that I went from this bad state to this good state. And so now the audience, they have a reason to read the whole thing because even they want to do the same thing. And then he says that I am not here to flex red Lambos or Rolexes. So he's differentiating himself from the other gurus in the online space that his audience is tired of. After that, he introduces the mechanism, the one big concept that is full stack creators. So there are people like Alex Hermosi, Dan Ko, Gary Vee. These people started out just like you and me. So building the emotion of safe and pick, like if they can do it, you can do it too. So encouraging your dreams. Like none of them were anything special or living extraordinary lives, but they made this one decision that changed their life forever. Then he introduces the big idea of the sales page, that is the concept of building a business around content creation or being able to build an audience online and monetizing it. That's the whole belief, the one big idea of the sales page that's trying to convince you on. That's you need to build an audience. So he builds more credibility around this concept by targeting the emotion of safe and big by using these articles from Goldman Sachs that the creator economy is going to reach 480 billion by 2027, and the best way to take advantage of this, the best way to achieve financial freedom in this creator economy is to become a full stack creator. So there's this force of nature, this concept called the creator economy, and the mechanism you can use to harness this force of nature to take advantage of it is to become a full stack creator. So then we go into the story section where he says that how he tried and failed with all these things like Amazon FBA, flipping iPhones, and all the stuff until he stepped back and simplified it all. So he had this big realization, he had this one epiphany that changed everything. And that was that basically at the end of the day, business is all about offer and traffic. So good offer plus attention on social media, that's all you need. And after understanding this, after coming to this realization, he was able to scale his agency to 50k months and his consulting business to 200k months. So instead of just preaching at you that you need to build an audience and you need an offer, he's sharing his own story to build that relatability and guide you to that epiphany instead of lecturing you. Then he explains what a full stack creator, this mechanism is, how it works. So there are three things you need to do. You need to specialize, generalize, and productize. So basically what that means is you learn a skill, you stack complementary skills on top of that, and then you build an audience around it. You package all that skills you learn into a product that you can sell to the audience to help them achieve the results that you have achieved with the skills. And this is the exact formula that guys like Iman Ghazi, Alex Hormozi, and Dan Ko, they have used. So once again, building the credibility around this idea. So first he hooked you in with the emotion of how he's going to show you the system to build your online business and get this time, location, and financial freedom. Then he's using logic to state his case about the creator economy and the full stack creator mechanism. After that, we introduce the problem. So far we are talking about the promise, but then there's this problem, the thing that is stopping you from becoming a full stack creator. It's the fact that you don't have a proven system to follow that will help you build and monetize the audience. And that's why he has created this full stack creator system, the solution to your problem. So he paints the dream state for you again, and thanks to this system he has been able to make thousands of dollars in a single day while out with his friends or traveling to a new country without having to do any work. And then we're targeting the emotion of easy and safe. He tells you that he's not special, he's not a social media algorithm genius, and he has helped countless others achieve similar results with this system. And you can get results like this too. Then we have this big wall of testimonials and results, and then he's future pacing you that in the next 6 to 12 months, you can have this dream set that you have always wanted. You can have clients coming to you, you're working less, you are charging more, you have time freedom, just like all these guys have done using the same system. And then we have the offer stack, the bonuses, and what are the things you'll get when you join. Some more testimonials. So notice how he's never straying away from that one big idea of building a business around content creation. So everything is centered around that big idea of creator economy and full stack creator. All the evidence, all the painting the dream, the story, everything is promoting that one big idea. So what a dope sales page. Ali Abdal is printing millions every year with this one sales page, and as I'm a copywriting junkie, I just had to study this sales page and see what makes this sales page so effective. Because on the surface, it doesn't look like your typical sales page. There are no flashy promises or anything like that. But after dissecting the sales page multiple times, I found the one big idea that he's trying to sell you on that makes this so effective and makes him millions every year. So in the next 5 minutes, we are going to do a full breakdown of the sales page. We'll see exactly what that one big idea is and how this YouTuber with 5 million subs writes his sales pages. So starting with the headline, you will see that it's not super salesy. It's not the typical direct response style headline where they'll have a time frame and a big outcome like gain your first 10k subs in the next 90 days with this YouTube sniper blueprint or something like that. He's just saying that you'll discover the proven strategies and techniques to grow on YouTube without quitting your day job. So get this outcome without this objection. Then in the lead, this headline is where he makes the big promise that a YouTube channel can change your life just like it changed mine. So here he's encouraging your dreams. Then we have this brief story section, just like you'll see Dakota did in his sales page for full stack creators. So he's building relatability here by telling you that he was in this bad state. He was working 50 to 60 hours a week. He was commuting 2 hours a day. He had zero views, zero subs. And from there, he went on to achieve this good state, the dream state. Now he has millions of subs and he makes millions in annual revenue. He has freedom, flexibility, and he genuinely enjoys his work. So, this is the dream state that his audience wants to achieve. So, he's painting the dream for them. Then we transition into this next section about how you can do the same thing. Like, how can you achieve these results like he has achieved from YouTube? And that's the simple secret formula to 100k subs. So first he builds his credibility that over the last 7 years I have spent thousands of hours and hundreds of thousands of dollars on coaching and courses to find the secret sauce to grow a YouTube channel. And then he realized the one thing that there is no secret sauce to grow on YouTube. It just comes down to the basics that you have to create valuable videos, you have to post them, and you repeat for 2 years. And if you follow this formula, your life will change. You'll make friends from people all over the world and you'll make passive income and all that good stuff, the dream state. So it's simple, it's easy, and it's big. But there's a problem. So then we go into this problem section. So far we have made the promise. We have told them that growing on YouTube is actually simple. You just need to do the basics consistently. But then why do only a few creators succeed if it's that simple? So what's the problem? The problem is time. Because growing on YouTube is hard because it takes time, and if you're already working a job or studying in college, you don't have the time to learn all the skills like idea generation, scripting, strategy, thumbnails, all that. So he's amplifying the problem here, and then he handles the objection that if the reader says that can't I just learn all this for free on YouTube? So there Ali says that yes, you can do that, but it will take you thousands of hours, and even then there's no guarantee that you will see results. So before introducing the solution, he is amplifying the problem about the lack of time, and he is also handling the objections that can't I just learn all these things for free. And after that he introduces a solution, and that is to build a content production system, a system to grow your channel and audience without sacrificing all your time. This is the big idea of this whole sales page, this thing of systems. So you need a system for ideas, thumbnails, scripting, filming, editing. He uses this example of McDonald's to support his idea of systems. The reason McDonald's has such a large empire is because they have systems for everything. And if you want to grow on YouTube, you need systems like that. That is what the part-time YouTuber Academy is built on. So it takes his 7 years of experience on YouTube and it puts it in a course that shows you how to build these systems. The same systems that have helped him gain millions of subs and make millions from YouTube and working less than 10 hours per week. So there's the credibility and there's the emotion of safe and big and also with just 10 hours a week. So it's easy. And these are the modules you'll find inside the niche discovery framework, the Hives framework, the outsourcing almanac. So he has given everything a unique name. He has thingified them to tap into the emotion of new because it makes you curious. Like, what is this outsourcing almanac, this Hives framework? Like, I've never heard of it. It must be something unique that's not available everywhere else. So I need to buy his course. So that's the emotion he taps into by using this thingifying them and using this unique names for them. Another great thing about this sales page is the testimonial. So he has these 3 testimonials, one from a beginner YouTuber, one from intermediate, and one from advanced. So he's targeting all levels of audience sophistication with this. And then there's this final objection that, okay, this works for other creators, but will it work for me? And then he explains that this is not a get rich quick scheme, but it will help you save time and increase your chances of success on YouTube. So throughout this whole sales page, he's not making any crazy claims like you'll get 100k subs in just a month or something like that. He's not being super salesy because he's already built a trust with his audience. And most of his content revolves around this concept of systems. Like he has a system for productivity, for exercise, for sleep, everything. So the big idea of his sales page is that growing on YouTube is simple, but the problem is that lack of time, and to help solve that problem he has these systems. And luckily for you, after spending 7 years growing his YouTube channels, he knows exactly how to build all the systems. And you can find all the systems if you sign up for the part-time YouTuber Academy. So that's the flow. And after that we have the offer stack, some bonuses, FAQ, and that's how Ali Abdal is printing millions from the sales page. So, over the last 6 months, I've written almost 100 YouTube scripts for some of the top creators in the online business space. I've got them millions of views, I've made them sales, I've got them more clients for their coaching programs and the school communities. And one thing I can tell you is writing good YouTube scripts is actually pretty easy if you follow the simple framework I'm going to show you. Like there's no rocket science to it. It's just a simple framework that you can follow to write banger scripts in just a few hours, even if you're a beginner. And I'm going to explain it to you in the next 5 or 6 minutes with examples and everything, instead of yapping about random bullshit and dragging this video out to 30 minutes. So there are 3 main parts of YouTube scripts and each have their own function. So the first part is the intro, or the first 30 to 40 seconds of your video. For your intro to be effective, it needs to do 3 things. Because when the viewer clicks on your video, he clicks with some expectations in his mind. Your title and thumbnail, they create some expectations in the viewer's mind, and in the intro you need to reassure the viewer that you are going to deliver on those expectations and that it's not a clickbait. And to do that, the first thing your intro needs to do is validate the click. Just like when you clicked on this video, you had the expectation that I am going to show you how to write killer YouTube scripts. And I validated the click in the intro by saying this. Or if you watch this video by Iman, from the title and thumbnail, you can expect that he is going to tell you the 5 habits to become a millionaire. And this is what he says in his intro.
In today's video, I'm going to share with you 5 simple habits that made me my first $1 million.
Or if you watch this video, you expect she is going to share the 6 mindset shifts that took her to 30k per month. And she validates the click in the intro by saying,
And today I want to share you the 6 mindset/habit shifts that allowed me to reach to that point.
Now, after you validate the click, your viewer has one big question that needs to be answered. And that is, why the fuck should they listen to you? Why should they take your advice or whatever you're saying seriously? Like, what's your credibility? Like if you watch an Alex Hormozi video for the first time, you might think like, oh, who is this jacked guy with some beard and all? Why is he giving business advice? Why should I listen to him? But then he starts his video by saying,
I've been in business for 13 years. I've sold 9 companies. My last company I sold for $46.2 million. I own acquisition.com, which right now does about $17 million a month across our portfolio.
Now you're like, oh shit, this guy knows what he's talking about. I better pay attention. Or go back to the start of this video and see what was the first thing I said. Now that you have validated the click and stated your credibility, your intro needs to do one more thing, because the viewer still has some questions in his mind, right? Like when you watch this title and thumbnail, you might have these questions, so you need to address them like he does here.
This is the blueprint to starting a personal brand in 2024, even if you are a complete beginner. If you have 0 online presence right now, by the end of watching this video, you will have a full understanding of exactly how to start a personal brand and grow it to insane heights within just the year of 2024.
Or if you watch this title and thumbnail, you might have questions like this, and he answers them in this video by saying,
This new business model does not require any experience, a degree, or even a large amount of starting capital. It can be even done part-time while you transition from a school or a 9-to-5 job.
So validate the click, credibility, and address the viewer's questions. That's what you need to do in the intro. And that's how you keep the viewer watching past the 30-second mark. But now the real challenge begins, because now you have got the viewer's attention and now you need to keep them watching till the end. And this is where most creators fumble. They will start yapping about random shit and lose the audience attention. But the most of the top creators, they follow a specific framework to nail this body section of the script. Now, before I show you what this framework is and how it works, let me show you why this framework works. So first, I want you to take a look at some of these titles and tell me what's the common thing that you notice. Do you see it? Let me show you some more examples and see if you can figure it out.
These 3 things that I'm going to reveal, these are the 5 lessons that when implemented, so that's why in today's video, I'm going to show you 7 ways to unfuck your life.
Okay, how about now?
Almost everyone can create a successful online business following this 5-step framework.
I want to share 7 simple tips for how you can remember more of the things that you learn.
So if you notice, most top creators, they will break down their videos, this body part, into a list format, something like a 3-step formula or a list of 7 habits or the 5 mindset shifts, something like that. And the reason this works is because it creates a sense of FOMO. Like if there's a video about a 5-step roadmap to get to 10k per month, you are much less likely to stop watching at step 3 or step 4, because then you think you'll be missing out on this step 5, you'll miss out on some crucial info, right? And another reason this works is because in a list format, with every payoff or every step or every item on the list, it gives the viewer a mini dopamine hit, basically, like they have learned something new, and it keeps them engaged throughout the video. But just converting all your videos into a list format is, number 1, it's not possible to make all your videos into a list format, and number 2, even if you make all your videos into a list format, there's one big mistake that many creators make that kills their watch time. Imagine you're watching a movie for the first time and some asshole just straight up gives you a spoiler like, oh, this guy just dies in the end, or oh, Thanos just wipes out half of the population in the end, Iron Man just dies in the end, or something like that. So it would basically kill the entire excitement of the movie for you, and you might not even watch the whole movie. This is the same mistake that many creators make in their video. They will make their video into a list format, but they will give the payoff away way too soon, and after that the viewer has no reason to keep watching, basically. But instead, to fix this, you will see many top creators, they use the why, what, how framework. So the why is basically you telling the viewer why this next section is important, what are the stakes, what does he have to lose or gain from this. Or you can use a story or an analogy to explain it, like Alex Hormozzi does here.
So the first thing that you're going to do if you want to grow the amount of water you have in the bucket is you don't have multiple buckets. What you're going to do is probably fix the holes in the bucket you got. Number 1, fix the bucket. I want to tell a quick story about the woman in the red dress, and I'm going to relate it to business. In The Matrix, one of my favorite movies, there's the woman in the red dress.
Or like Ali Abdal does here.
Let's say you wanted to start a new business. Let's say you decided, I want to open an Italian restaurant. You wouldn't just decide to open an Italian restaurant on your local high street. You would do some market analysis. You would see, what other Italian restaurants are there in my local area?
So after you've given them the why, you can reveal the what, basically what's the payoff or the thing or the topic you're talking about. And after the why and the what, you give them the how, as in how to actually apply this thing or the actionable steps or tips to implement it. And putting it all together, the why, what, how framework would look something like this. You can pause and read it if you want, and you just repeat the simple why, what, how framework for the other points in the body section and flesh the whole body section out. But the script is not done yet, because after this we have the part which is super important and also the most overlooked in a YouTube script. Because many creators mentally check out after the body section. They think, oh, 90% of the script is already done. Now I'll just ask the audience to like and subscribe and end the video. Or worse, they will start giving a recap of the whole script, and that's like the worst thing you can do in the outro. Because if you start giving a recap, you're basically telling the viewer that, hey, this video is over, you can go do something else now, watch some other video. But the top creators, they use a very sneaky and effective strategy in their outro, like this.
But a killer thumbnail alone isn't enough to make a killer video, because after someone clicks on your video, they need to actually watch it. And for that to happen, they need to make it through your intro. So to learn how to make a killer YouTube intro, click here.
Resulting in wham, 1.4 million views. But there's still a problem. There are 4 other areas you have to master to ensure you can get the growth. So watch this video next to see if you already have them or if you need to put more effort.
This keeps you watching the videos on their channel on a loop. You keep watching one video after another. Let me show you how to find infinite copywriting clients on YouTube, because a lot of you people just overcomplicate this process of finding clients. Let's assume that you don't have any idea on what niche you're gonna pick. So you just go to ChatGPT and enter this prompt. You ask ChatGPT to give you a list of 30 make money online niches. From this you can pick anyone. Let's say we pick Amazon FBA for this example. Then you enter this prompt like, give me a list of 30 keywords to find Amazon FBA content on YouTube. And then you take one of these keywords and paste it in YouTube and search for it. Set the filter upload date to this month, because we want people who are posting consistently and who are active. So from here I'm gonna start opening these channels in a new tab, and currently I'm looking at their sub count and how many views they're getting. So usually I like to aim for channels that have between 5k or 50k subs, but It can be a bit higher or lower, and it also depends on the niche. Like there are some niches like crypto, real estate, sales, and even with a small audience, these people are printing money. So once I have around 5 to 10 channels, then I'm going to start going through them one by one and see if they're selling any coaching or courses or what their funnel looks like. So for this guy, if you click on this link, it will take you to his free workshop where he will ask you to enter your email. So he has an email list. Maybe we can pitch him on emails. So what you want to do is you sign up to their email list and see for a few days, maybe 3 to 4 days, if they're sending emails to you, and then you pitch them on it. And next, for this channel, she doesn't have a coaching or course, but she is posting consistently on YouTube, and I think she is using that traffic for brand deals and making money with affiliates. So we can pitch her on YouTube scripts. Again, for this channel, he has this free program thing where he will ask you to enter your email. So you can sign up to his email list and see if he's sending emails. For this next guy, he just has a link to his Instagram and he has a coaching program. So he's directly sending people to his VSL from YouTube, but he's posting consistently on YouTube. So again, maybe we can pitch him on YouTube scripts. Then for this channel, she has coaching and courses. She has a proper marketing funnel. So she's investing in this thing. This is a good prospect that we can outreach to. And she has this free webinar thing where she'll ask you to enter your email and register. So we can pitch her on emails. So just like that, in 10 minutes, we found 5 prospects. And all you have to do to find more is go back to this list and try different keywords and try different niches. And if you're going to say that, oh, I don't have any idea on what to write for these niches, how can I write for them? I don't know what they're about. So like, bro, just spend 1 or 2 hours watching some of their YouTube videos. It's not that hard. So stop making excuses. So in the last 4 months, I have sent almost 200 cold DMs and cold emails to land copywriting clients, right? So in this video, I'm gonna rank every outreach method I've used on a tier list, starting with the classic. Everyone has tried this, right? And no, this just doesn't work. Maybe it worked 2 years ago, but it doesn't work anymore. At least it hasn't worked for me. And you have to send like 300 or 400 of this to hope you get lucky and land a client with this. So this is going in the F tier. So number 2, we have the free sample bait. Now this is similar to the previous one, but here you bait the prospect with a free sample, which you still haven't written. So you DM them something like, I have written some emails for you, or I have written the sales page for you. Do you want me to send it? And if they reply yes, then you write the sample and send it. And this has worked for me a couple of times, but most of the times you will just get ghosted because the prospects know that you haven't written shit and they probably get 100 of such emails every day. So this can work, but it depends on the timing and the type of the prospect. So this is going in the D tier. Now up next, we have the bait and switch method. This is where you ask the prospect about their course or coaching to bait them and get the reply, and then when they reply, switch the topic and go, nah bro, I don't want to buy your course, I am a copywriter, I just want to write emails for you. Now it's not that straightforward, but that's the basic idea of the bait and switch. And this works sometimes, but you need to have risks for this to work. Otherwise, this just makes the prospect thinks that they got fooled and then they're just gonna ghost you. And I've got some replies with this, but try this at your own risk. So I'm gonna put this in the C tier. Now after that, we have the complement value approach. So this one is a bit similar to the second one, the free sample bait method, but this is better. So what you do here is you reply to the prospect's IG story or send them a message saying how you found their content useful, what you like about their content, and you make it personalized. Like you actually take the time to go through their post, see what they're talking about, and you include that in your outreach message. And if you do it right, they will reply with a thank you or glad you found this useful or something like that. And now that you have got the reply, then you write them a free sample and say, as you have provided me with so much value, I wrote this copy for you in return. Feel free to use it if you like. So this feels less needy and less salesy. So if your copy is actually good and you have done everything right to this point, then there's a high chance that the prospect will want to work with you. And this is how I got my first 2 trial clients. So this method can definitely work, and I'm gonna put this in the B tier. And next we have the high value outreach method. Like no playing around here. You just write the copy and send it to the prospect. It's like the previous method, but on steroids. So you send the compliment and the value both in one email. And this is the method I've had most success with. And as a beginner, high value outreach has 2 benefits. Number 1, you get good at copy because you're doing so much practice, you're writing so much, your skills are going to improve. And number two, as you're dropping value on the prospect straight away, expecting nothing in return, they feel compelled to at least read your copyright. And if your copy is good, you land the client. But the only downside of this method is that it takes a lot of time because you're writing so much copy. But this one is going in the A tier. So personally, I stick to high value outreach and the complement value approach. Like if it's a dream client, it's a prospect who I know I can get them results, who I vibe with, then I write the copy up front and just send it. Maybe I'll even make them a thumbnail or a whole funnel outline, even if it takes like 3 to 4 hours. And for the prospects who are not so dream clients, I go for the complement value approach. So hope you found this useful.